Most people don't get provoked by accident. They get provoked on purpose. Because some people aren't trying to talk. They're trying to pull a reaction out of you. A sarcastic joke, a little comment aimed at your insecurity, a tone that dares you to snap back. And the second you react fast, you lose control. Not of the argument, of yourself. That's the real game. They want you emotional, messy, impulsive, because when they control your reaction, they start controlling you. Here's the iron mind truth. Not every provocation deserves your energy. Not every person deserves access to your peace. Stoicism said it clean. You can't control what they say, but you can control what you do next. In this video, I'm giving you one short line to say, and 3 rules that make it work in real life. No long speeches, no comebacks, just calm control. Let's start with rule 1. Never give them the reaction they expect. Rule 1. Never give them the reaction they expect. Provocation is bait. That's all it is. They throw a comment, a smirk, a joke that isn't really a joke, and they wait. Because they already know the usual reactions. Anger, defensiveness, sarcasm, explaining yourself. That reaction is the prize. If you give it to them, you just paid them with your peace. Here's the iron mind rule. Don't feed the fire. A provocation is like a small flame. It only grows if you keep giving it oxygen. Most people don't realize this. They think they're standing up for themselves. But what they're really doing is stepping into a game they didn't choose. And in that game, the other person has the advantage. Because they came prepared to trigger you. You didn't come prepared to stay calm. So what do you do instead? First, you recognize the intention, not the words. Ask yourself, are they trying to understand me or trying to push my buttons? If it's buttons, you slow down immediately. Second, you delay your reaction by 1 beat. 1 breath. That's enough. That breath is a wall. It breaks the automatic response. Third, you refuse to match their emotion. If they're loud, you get quieter. If they're sarcastic, you stay plain. If they're aggressive, you stay slow. Because mirroring their energy is exactly what they want. Here's a quick example. Someone says, "Wow, you're really sensitive today." Old you snaps, "No, I'm not. You're just rude." Now you're in it. Now your mood is theirs. Iron Mind does this. Pause, neutral face, no rush. Because the goal is not to win the moment. The goal is to keep your state. And when you stop feeding it, something happens. The provocation loses power. They don't get the reward. So the behavior dies out, or they escalate and expose themselves. Either way, you win. Because the strongest person isn't the one with the perfect comeback. It's the one who stays calm while someone else is trying to steal that calm. Now that you understand the trap, we move to Rule 2. You'll still respond, but in a short, calm way. Rule 2. Use one short, calm line. Rule 2 is where the title pays off. You don't fight. You don't explain. You don't try to win. You say one line calm, then you stop. Here's the line. If that's what you think, that's okay. That's it. It sounds almost too simple. And that's why it works. Provokers expect friction. They expect you to defend yourself. They expect you to get emotional so they can keep pushing. This line gives them nothing to grab. You're not agreeing. You're not apologizing. You're not begging to be understood. You're saying, your opinion can exist. It doesn't run me. That breaks the script. Because the provocation was never about truth. It was about control. And control only works when you react. Let me show you how it lands in real life. Someone says, "You're not that smart." Most people jump in. "What do you mean? I did this. I achieved that." Now you're explaining your value. You just lowered yourself. Iron Mind response. If that's what you think, that's okay. Then Silence. Now the room changes. They don't get the fight. They don't get the fuel. Or someone says, "You're being too sensitive." Old response. "No, I'm not. You're just rude." Iron mind. If that's what you think, that's okay. It's not passive. It's controlled. Because you're refusing to let their words choose your mood. Here's the key. Your tone matters more than the sentence. Say it slow. Neutral face. No sarcasm. No smile that says, "I'm better than you." Just calm. And after you say it, stop talking. Most people ruin this by adding extra words. If that's what you think, that's okay. But actually, no, don't do that. The power is the full stop. That's what makes it a wall. And if they keep pushing, you don't change the line. You repeat it. Same tone, same calm. It's like dealing with someone trying to shake a locked door. If the lock doesn't move, they get tired. Now, some people will get louder when they can't hook you. That's fine. Let them expose themselves. Your goal is not to look nice. Your goal is to protect your peace. Because the moment you stop needing to prove yourself, you become hard to manipulate. Now, rule 3 is the deeper layer. Not every battle deserves your peace. Some arguments are quicksand. Rule 3. Not every battle deserves your peace. Here's the deeper layer. Some arguments were never about truth. They were about pulling you into chaos. That's why you can win the words and still feel drained after. Because you didn't win. You just participated. Provokers love one thing: attention plus emotion. If you give them either, they feel powerful. So rule 3 is simple. Not every battle deserves your peace. Some people are basically emotional quicksand. The more you fight inside it, the deeper you sink. You'll notice it by the pattern. They don't listen. They wait to attack. They twist your words. They change the topic mid-sentence. They want you to feel guilty, not understand anything. They keep pushing until you explode. That's not conversation. That's a trap. Iron Mind doesn't debate traps. It exits them. Here's what that looks like in real life. Someone tries to provoke you in a group chat. They throw a subtle insult. People are watching. Old you writes a paragraph, explains, defends, corrects. Now you're fighting in public. Now you look reactive. Iron Mind does this instead. You pause. You see the intention. Then you choose your peace. Sometimes that means saying nothing. Sometimes it means one line and done. Sometimes it means leaving the room. Because the strongest move is not proving you're right. It's proving you're unshakable. Here's a clean way to decide. Ask yourself, will responding make this better or make it bigger? If it makes it bigger, don't respond. You're not being weak. You're being strategic. Think of it like mud. Someone throws mud at you. If you throw it back, both of you get dirty. If you step aside, they're the only one covered. That's what calm does. It exposes the provoker. And here's the stoic punchline. The best revenge is not becoming like them. So next time someone tries to provoke you, do 3 things. Breathe once. Observe the intention. Protect your peace like it's worth more than winning. Because it is. Here's what to remember. Provocation is never about truth. It's about control. They want your tone to rise. They want your heart to race. They want you to prove yourself so they can keep poking. But the moment you react on impulse, you hand them the steering wheel. Iron Mind doesn't do that. You don't need the perfect comeback. You need a clean system. Rule 1, don't give them the reaction they expect. No fuel, no fire. Rule 2, use one short, calm line. If that's what you think, that's okay. Then stop. No explaining, no defending. Rule 3, not every battle deserves your peace. Some arguments are quicksand. You don't win quicksand. You exit it. Now picture a real moment. You're at work. Someone tries a cheap jab in a meeting. People are watching. Old you would feel heat, then speak too fast. Later you'd replay it in the shower. New you pauses. Breath once. Neutral face. You say the line. Calm. If that's what you think, that's okay. Then you look back at your notes. You continue. You don't perform. You don't chase approval. And the room feels it. Because calm is not weakness. Calm is status. Here's your action for today. The next time someone provokes you, don't try to be strong. Try to be steady. One breath. One line. Then move on. Right now, open your notes app and type this sentence. I don't negotiate with provocation. Save it. If you did it, comment too.